Hi, welcome to episode 18 of the StressKnits podcast. I'm Stacy, also known as StressKnits on Ravelry and Stacy Elston on Instagram. Today is June 1st, 2016, and yeah, it's June. It's insane. I cannot believe how fast this year's going, but, why did I say but? I don't know. This is my second time recording. The first time I ran out of memory, so I just deleted every podcast I've ever recorded on this phone and a bunch of pictures that I don't want. So anyway, thank you to new viewers for checking me out and to returning viewers for coming back. I love sharing what I'm making with you, and I really hope that you enjoy it. So, first things first, there has been a giveaway going on in the StressKnits Ravelry group for a few weeks, and it was this gorgeous skein with pointed sticks in the mixed berries colorway on her Stellina base, which is called Glitter Gel Pen Fingering. And this is going to a lucky viewer. And before I recorded, I went to random.org and punched in numbers 2 through 106, and thank you so much to everybody that participated and checked out Susan's stuff. It's absolutely gorgeous. And also thank you, Susan, for checking it out, but I'm just blown away how many people entered this. So I'm so sorry that I can't give all of you a skein of this yarn, but yeah, I'm really excited to be giving it away because I am obsessed with pointed sticks yarn. So the number that came up was number 10, and that is Emily, who is Crochet Knit 2 on Ravelry. So congratulations, Emily, yay! So yeah, just PM me on Ravelry, give me your address and name and all of that jazz that I need to send this out to you, and this will be going out to you as soon as I get that information from you. So congratulations! Yeah, so I'm really excited that that happened. Yeah, so let's see. I'm gonna take a sip of water. No coffee today. My mom is out of town and my dad's at work, so that means I don't have a car. Doug's also at work, and Doug and I actually made iced coffee while I was dog sitting at his parents' house, and it was successful, but we put it in this giant jug and there's no room in my refrigerator for that. So he has it, but I'm going to ask him to put it in a nice, not nice, but like just something smaller so I can have it at the house. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm just drinking water today. I have a little bit of a caffeine headache, but it is what it is. Maybe Doug will be stopping by soon because he should be getting off of work relatively soon. He has to meet up with somebody he works with to switch some equipment out, but maybe he'll be stopping by, hopefully, because I am craving some coffee right now. So yeah, but thank you to everybody that suggested a nice coffee recipe. We went with the Pioneer Woman's recipe, and it's amazing. We just put in, what did we use? We used Starbucks French roast coffee because it's my favorite hot, so I thought I would like it cold, and it's really strong and it's very rich. So it was the perfect iced coffee. And yeah, we just put in some 2% milk, and we used her recommendation of sweetened condensed milk as the sweetener. It's less calories than putting sugar in or a sugary like sweetener creamer thing. So we are really enjoying that, and I highly recommend that recipe if anybody's looking for an iced coffee recipe. It's amazing. So thank you again. Yeah, so with that, I'm going to jump in to finished objects because I have a finished object. Now, the first time I showed these, the first time I recorded, they were on sock blockers, but my hose are on my sock blocker, so I'm just going to show them off without them. So these are my May socks. They're a little wonky not being on a sock blocker, but yep, here they are. So there are two of them. Let me put one down. So yeah, so I finished this the other day while I was dog sitting, and I'm in love. So this is junk yarn yarn in the smooth sock base, which is a 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, in the Sylvia colorway, which is named after Sylvia Plath, and I love it. This is everything. Kemper, who is the dyer behind Junk Yarn, was my indie dyer of the month for May. So yeah, May socks complete, and I love them. Definitely not my last pair of socks out of Junk Yarn. I love them so much. I think I'm getting close to 20 pairs for my box of socks, which I'm participating in. I haven't mentioned it in a while, but Kristen of the Volenvine Yarn in the Yarngasm podcast is hosting a box of socks cal, and it runs from, well, it's the entire year. So all of 2016, any pair of socks you knit for yourself, you just put them all in a box at the end of the year and take a picture, and that's how you enter. You just have to have at least 12 pairs, so one per month. So yeah, I'm close to about 20 pairs right now. So that's really exciting. I'm gonna have a lot of socks for this winter. I'm really excited. And all of them are actually fitting me really well, which was something I was not very good at in the past year. But yeah, so I really love these. This was just a basic vanilla sock, which all of my monthly socks are. I'm doing one sock a month in a new indie dyer. By new, I mean it's a different indie dyer every month. So yeah, and well, I'll actually talk about that now. So speaking of indie dyer of the month, since it's June, I have a new indie dyer, and that is Left Hand Last, Kirsten. So this is a sock I've been knitting, but I haven't really put any progress. I think this is the exact same spot that I showed you last time. So yeah, but this is her clawfoot tub colorway, and it's coming out really well, even though the lighting is horrible because it's rainy and stormy outside, so I have to have the lights in the living room on. But clawfoot tub, it's absolutely gorgeous. This is her Riches base, which is a gold Stellina base. Yeah, so I really love this yarn. That's why she is my June indie dyer, and she generously is giving the podcast a 15% off coupon if you use StressKnits, so StressKnits, all in caps. I'll have that in the show notes, which are in a Ravelry group, and all links to everything are in the down bar, but I'll also have a coupon code in the down bar. She's updating today, but I don't know if this will be out by the time she's updating. It's at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I want to say that's around 7, so no, it's not going to be up because it's almost 7 o'clock. So this coupon code runs from now until the end of June. So hop on that, follow her page on Instagram so you are updated when she's updating. And yeah, so take advantage of it because her yarn is amazing. And I'm really excited to knit with it, and I might take advantage of that coupon code as well. So that is Indie Dyer of the Month. Now on to my hose. I have two. So the first one is my Mrs. Weasley Family Recipe Sock, which is a pattern by Molly of a Homespun House. And I used, the main body of the sock is hedgehog fibers in the Rift colorway, which is a club colorway, so you can't get this anymore, unfortunately, but I absolutely love it. I got it on a D stash because I'm not in the club. So you can always look for it there on Ravelry. And then I used my own hand-dyed yarn. This was just experimenting with a mauve color that I had, and it came out this beautiful, rich, rosy color that I love. and then the heel and toe are Knit Pick Stroll Fingering in Dove Heather. These socks, as well as these socks and the next socks that I'm showing, are knit on US 1.5s, 2.5 millimeter needles. It's kind of my go-to. So yeah, I absolutely love this. I highly recommend the pattern. It gives you so many sizing options, and I think that it's well worth the money. So, Mrs. Weasley family sock recipe. My computer's doing weird things right now, so apologize for that. Yeah, so that is hoe number 1. Hoe number 2 is my Hey Holly Ho Hum sock blank sock. And I just finished this today, actually. I just Kitchenered the toe. So, yeah, this is a sock blank. This was a sock blank. And I actually knit these on, where are they? They're there. My 9-inch Cirques that I just got the other day. So, I am entering these into Andre Sue Knits. Andy of Andre Sue Knits, she's doing a 9-inch circular knit along, and so I'm going to be entering these along with it. I think it goes until the end of July to give people, it's either the end of June or July, but check out her podcast and her Ravelry group to get the information. But she wanted to give people enough time to order these, so I just ordered them on Amazon. And yeah, so I really loved them. They do make my left hand cramp a little bit. So yeah, because the way I knit with them, because I can't knit like I normally knit because I use most of my hand to knit, so this is really crampy because I knit here and then I use my pinky to anchor it and then I flick. So yeah, I really recommend trying these. I liked the Chiaogus because I actually like Chiaogu needles rather than the Haya because I don't like Hayas. But I did see that they have Addy Turbo Sock Rocket 8-inch Cirques or 9-inch Cirques, so check it out. Needle for everybody, but I highly recommend them. I know Clover Bamboo needles have a 9 or 8-inch circular needle, so just check them out. If you love vanilla socks, I highly recommend them. I actually think I'm going to get a pair for sleeves for fingering weight sweaters. Yeah, it sped it up and made it go really fast. I haven't cast on the second sock of either of my hose, but I just wanted to show you what I did with the rest of my sock blank. So I want my socks to match, so what I did was I just, wound up the rest on my ball winder. So it kind of takes the fun out of the sock blank, but it's still the same fun effect that the sock blank gives. So yeah, I just wound it up so that way I can pull from the opposite side of the sock blank and they will match up. So there is that. I love them. Definitely a sock blank convert. Yeah. I almost bought a Gales Art sock blank, but I'm trying not to spend money. So, see how that goes. I cast on, we're into works in progress now, but I cast on 2 things, one of which I can't show you, but I'll talk about that last because I have way more to say about that than I do this project. So I cast on a pair of socks for Doug. This is Coloring Book Yarns in the Marceline colorway, which is an Adventure Time colorway, and I'm just doing a plain vanilla sock. I use the same Dove Heather Stroll fingering for the cuff. I'm going to do heels and toes in the same color, I think. Yeah, I haven't even gone through a full repeat yet, but here are the socks. Plain vanilla. I started off with 72 stitches for the cuff, and I'm doing 64 all the way down. So, yeah. And these, again, they're on my Chiaogu 32-inch cords, and they're the 1.5. So, nothing really special to write home about, just I'm actually thinking about transferring these over to my 9-inch circs because they made my sock knitting go really fast. So I'm thinking about doing that to get these going, because I would like to give them to him rather soon, even though it's a little hot outside. So there's that. Then I cast on a test knit, and I can't show it to you, and it's killing me. But I want to give you guys a heads up so that you are prepared for this pattern when it comes out, because I am kind of obsessed. I'm almost done with the first sock. It is a test knit for Kemper of Junk Yarn, and just get your scraps ready. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. I won't tell you what techniques it's using, and I won't tell you anything else, but just get your sock scraps ready and just be prepared in the next few weeks or months whenever she releases it, because they're gorgeous. I cannot wait till she gives me the go ahead to share pictures on Instagram and on the podcast, because I love this. I am hoping to actually finish the first sock today, but I'm just going to show you my scraps. I haven't used all of these, and I'm not planning on using all of these, but here's my box of scraps. It's in a Tom's box, but yeah, so they're all my scraps. I have some of my next yarn that I'm going to use laid out on the table. I'm so excited about these. Yeah, so just keep an eye out, and I'm just really sad that I can't show them to you, because that's what I've really been working on the past few days. So yeah, there's that. That's all I've been knitting. This is gonna be a really short episode, but I have one up and coming because Camp Loopy started today, and I didn't know if I was gonna participate. I bought a skein of yarn just in case, and I caked it up today. So if you recall, I purchased a skein of Hedgehog Fiber stock in Fool's Gold, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I'm actually going to put a little bit of this into the test knit next, because it goes really well with what I'm knitting right now, and I wanted them to, I wanted my socks to kind of look good, even though they're scrappy, but yeah. So here it is, all caked up. I'm kind of obsessed with this colorway, and I'm obsessed with this pattern. So the way Camp Loopy is working this year, there are different islands that you can be on, and there's Lace Island and Cable Cove. Brioche is another one, and then I think it's Fabric. I was going to do cables because I was very gung-ho about cables since I learned to cable using the BFF. Ooh, I just dropped it. I'm gonna grab it really quick. So I learned how to cable doing the BFF socks by Cookie A that I showed off last week. But I've recently seen this pattern pop up, and it's relatively new, and it's called Wildflowers and Honeycomb Socks, and it's lacy. So I think I'm going to use this skein of yarn and do those socks. So stay tuned for that. I don't know if I'm actually going to do that, but that's the plan right now. Yeah. So I think that's it for knitting. I guess the only thing that I really want to say is that June for me is going to be finishing up everything that I have on the needles. That is my goal. The only extra cast on that I'm going to do is this. I want to get at least both sleeves done for my gable sweater. I want to finish all the socks on my needles. Yeah, so that is the goal, is to get rid of my whips. I'm not overwhelmed. I love having a lot of whips, but I just want to cast on a bunch of new things, but I want to wait to get a lot of this done. So yeah, I already have, I'm halfway done on 2 whips. I'm almost done halfway on a 3rd whip. I want to get my test knit done really fast. If I don't get Doug socks off the needles, it won't be the end of the world, but yeah. So hopefully I will have progress on my gable sweater and some more socks done for you next week. So if that's all you stayed tuned for was the knitting, I just want to thank you and say bye. I'm just gonna ramble for a little bit. So yeah, so I dog sat the past few days, which is great. I love the dog. She's adorable. Yeah, so that was a lot of fun. Made the iced coffee, which is great. Yeah, so like that's really my life right now. Still waiting on jobs. I'm starting to hear back. So far there's been no good news, so I'll keep you updated on that. Yeah, so there's that. Oh, I got one more acquisition, and I got this mostly for the test knit and because I've needed one for a while. So I got a pocket scale, and I also purchased this from Amazon. So it's super easy. I don't know what that is. I think it's coffee or something I need to wipe off. Looked a little inappropriate, but yeah, so I just purchased this on Amazon. It was a few bucks. Totally worth it. It has stepped up my mini game exponentially. So that is amazing. I highly recommend getting a pocket scale. I don't know how I went that long without one. Yeah, I'm just really excited to finish this test knit. I'm so excited to show you guys. Thank you all for the recipe recommendations and for such a positive feedback about talking about more of a self-love, self-care kind of thing. So I'm going to be planning some stuff for the podcast in the next upcoming weeks. I'm going to share more about like skincare that I really enjoy and some recipes as I stumble upon them, or cook some of the ones that you guys recommended because all of them sound so good. So that is coming up, and if there's enough interest in a swap, I think that would be a lot of fun. So I'm just gonna put this out there right now. I don't think this would happen until July, but a viewer of the podcast suggested doing a self-love kind of swap. So my idea is this swap would include a few mini skeins. It might include tea or coffee if you're a tea or coffee person. So a few mini skeins, tea or coffee. I'm gonna say no candy or chocolate, unless that's what you decide. I mean, I'm allergic to chocolate, so that's just never my go-to thought when it comes to swaps. But, excuse me. So that's never really been my thought. But I also think what would be really cool is to include some of your favorite soaps and body care items. So that would be a lot of fun. Stuff like Epsom salts, bath bombs, soap, maybe even like shower gel, some kind of like face mask maybe. I just think anything like that would be a lot of fun. Maybe your favorite wool wash that makes stuff smell really good. So just stuff that you really love and will help somebody else feel really good about themselves. And the minis, I would just a few of them, but they would be stuff that's really special to you. So for me, if I was swapping with somebody, I would give them a mini of Sylvia, because Sylvia Plath just means so much to me in general, but this yarn is super special to me. So to share something that you love and makes you feel really good and happy, share it with somebody else. So that's the idea, and I really, really hope that you guys like it. So just give me some feedback in the Ravelry group for the thread for this comment on the thread for this episode is what I was trying to say. Words are not my strong point right now without coffee. So yeah, super short episode this week, but I hope you guys are knitting a lot. Share what you're working on, and I cannot wait to see you next week. Bye.